Woohoo, Virgo! Mystic GLoLady here. This is your divinatory reading for September 2015. As you can see, I have a new system, and I hope that you will like, share, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, and let me know if you like this new teaching reading. As I started out with the Virgo, Virgo means I analyze, or at least that is a couple of words that describe Virgo, because Virgo is analytical, organized, it's practical. Now this, I'm going to be doing another video that will explain all of what I'm calling my cheat sheets, okay? But for the reading, understand Virgo, and here will be the glyph. So whatever the sign or the planet right here is going to identify the glyph for whatever it is. Right here, this is the planet. This is the planet of Mercury. Okay, Mercury rules Virgo. Alright, it is an earth sign, a female sign, for those born between August 23rd and September 22nd. Okay, it is a mutable sign. That means it is adaptable. It comes at the end of a season. So, Virgo, let's start it out with the sun. The sun in your sign at 8 degrees of Virgo. Here we go. And as I had said before, the sun in the middle. The sun stands for Sunday. Right here is the glyph for the sun. Over here is Leo. Now the sun is also exalted in Aries. And we have down here the opposites of. Okay, so it's exalted, it's a detriment. Here, this is the ruler of, and this is the fall. This is the falling away from. That is Aquarius, and over here is Libra. Okay, where is that balance? So, the sun shining on your first house. Now, when we are doing general readings, you see that the sun in the first house of Virgo is going into that first house of self, the first house of body. Now, in doing a general reading, okay, your birth chart doesn't necessarily start with your sun sign in it, okay? Your ascendant is what picks your place in the chart, okay? Your time of birth is what goes into the first house. So if your ascendant is Virgo, what I'm talking about with the planets, okay, if your ascendant on your birth chart is Virgo, when I talk about the sun being in your first house, the sun will be in your first house, okay? As we go and we talk about the other planets, it's going to be more exact than your sun sign. Now, at the end, I will do a tarot reading in the houses that is strictly for Virgo. But just to explain, this is what a general reading is. Okay. Alrighty. So, the new moon. And it's going to be pretty exciting this month of September because we have a solar eclipse on the new moon. We have a super full moon lunar eclipse on the 27th. And we also have the fall equinox on the 24th. That's when the seasons change. So there's a whole lot of planetary energy, and I will do another video that will get into more of the specifics. And light workers, you will definitely understand what I am talking about. Okay, because I'm gonna talk about the energy and the earth changes that are upon us. Okay, so that new moon that I was just talking about, it's on the 14th at 20 degrees of Virgo. So you see, new beginnings. What kind of new beginnings are you doing? Are you making with your emotions? Are you getting more emotionally balanced? Because September is a great month to work on your emotional balance. Now, as I was just talking about that super full moon lunar eclipse on the 27th at 4 degrees of Aries, the energy that's attached to a lunar eclipse, it is a thinning of the veil. And the last time I had taken a photo of my fairy mugshot. So be sure to get your cameras out and take some magical photos. Okay? People say that orbs are bugs, and I say yeah, and this bug stopped and posed for me. So I will be sure to get that. So 4 degrees of Aries. That's also my ascendant, so I am really looking forward to seeing what that's going to be in my life. This is going in your 8th house in Aries. Independence, courage, pioneer. Okay? Full moon. Inheritance, taxes, past life relationships, other people's money. What are things that you need to let go of? Do you have an emotional attachment to someone else's money that you need to let go of? Mercury. Mercury, that sign of communications. And as I'm saying, okay, Mercury, here we go. That's the glyph. And then here we have Gemini. Here we have Virgo. All right. Here we have Aquarius. All right. So Mercury is exalted in Aquarius, but it is a detriment in Leo. Okay. Right here it rules Virgo and or Gemini and Virgo. Okay, but down here it's falling in Sagittarius and Pisces, the opposite. Okay, what it rules, there's an opposite. Okay, every yin yang, what you're putting out, you're going to get back. So Mercury, that sign of communications. Now, Mercury is at 5 degrees of Libra at the beginning of the month, and on the 17th it goes retrograde at 15 degrees of Libra. And it's going back to 7 degrees of Libra, and it will go direct on October the 9th. Now, as you read, can you read at the bottom? Is it coming in? Yep, there we go. Electrical, mechanical, communication breakdowns. If you go back and look at the times that you have had problems, electrical, mechanical, communication, you won't be surprised to find that the majority of them probably occurred during a Mercury retrograde. Okay, now, Mercury communications in your 2nd house, okay, 2nd house of earnings, wealth, possessions, Libra, that balance, idealistic, sociable, okay, right here. Mercury is going to be in your 2nd house of earnings, wealth, and possessions. Okay, talking about earnings, wealth, and possessions. All right, so being that it is going Mercury retrograde, beware of, be careful of. Okay, because communication breakdown regarding money will be higher than normal. All right, you guys understand that? Venus is that goddess of love. You see your glyphs, okay? Venus, it's exalted in Pisces, but it's at a detriment of Virgo. Here it rules Taurus and also Libra. Down here the fall, Virgo and Aries. Like I said, I'm going to go back over all of them and see if I can't make them easier for you to understand, because once you understand the different glyphs and the actions and what people are talking about, you can listen to anybody and really understand your birth chart, and it makes life so much easier when you understand your birth chart. Now, you see that Venus moves every 30 days. It travels about the same way as what the sun does, because it's not more than 28 degrees away. Now, Venus is retrograde in Leo. Okay, it is going direct on the 6th, and at the end of the month it will be at 23 degrees of Leo. All right, so it's going to be roaring a little bit. That love is going to be roaring. That love is going to be in your 12th house of karma, jails, secrets, enemies, hidden enemies, institutions, right here, pride, confidence, performer, that Venus, that love. All right, now as you saw that retrograde that you have experienced, did you notice people to be more lazy, more drama around you? They were more focused on money. That is a Venus retrograde. Now that it's going direct, it is going to be moving much, much faster in acquiring things. Okay, you don't have to focus on acquiring because they will come easier. Now on September 1st, the Mars, the masculine energy, warrior, military, pioneer, vitality, sex drive. You see the glyph of Mars. It's exalted in Capricorn. It is at a detriment in Cancer. Now here you have Aries, Scorpio, Libra, and Taurus. All right, so being conjunct on top of Venus, where is that happy in the 12th house? Okay, what do you know someone? Are you going to be working in that hidden place? Okay, are you doing beneficial things in the 12th house? Remember that it's karma. Okay, what goes around comes around. It might not always play out in the public eye, okay, because of it being hidden. But watch your friends. Make sure that they aren't those hidden enemies of the 12th house. Jupiter. Jupiter is that multiplier. Okay, Jupiter is multiplying 4 degrees of Virgo, and the end of the month it will be 10 degrees of Virgo. And as you see, Jupiter stays in a sign for a year. Okay, Jupiter is that spiritual quest, the wisdom, the expansion, long journeys, justice, law, truth, banking. Okay, Jupiter is in your first house. 4 degrees of Virgo at the beginning of the month. Look at all that multiplying. All that energy multiplying on you. And Jupiter is going to be there in your sign for, well, at least a year. You know, it's going to be there for another year, multiplying that energy, helping you to analyze and organize and get practical about yourself. Okay? It's showing you some love. All right? Saturn. Saturn is that teacher, okay? It's the Lord of karma, structure, teacher of lessons, restraint, self-discipline, liberation. All right, now Saturn had been retrograde. It was retrograde in Scorpio, and Scorpio is that deep, dark secrets. All right, so at the beginning of the month, it's at 28 degrees Scorpio. And at the 18th, on the 18th, around the 18th, it will be at 0 degrees of Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, that is that enthusiastic, adventurous, optimistic. It's in your 4th house, that sacred space, property, mother. You see that it's a fire energy. It's the I see. The home. What is it that you see? What are the lessons in your home that you are working on? Saturn, you know, right now, 2.5 years, it's in a sign. Yes, it's in Scorpio, but it's going to be moving into Sagittarius. Okay, where is that fun loving of your home? What is that lessons of your home? Where is your home? Home is where the heart is. Okay, right here, Scorpio, going into communications, siblings, short trips. What is that Lord of Karma that is surrounding that communication and the short trips? All right. What are those lessons that needed to be learned in the communications, because it's going into your home sector? So what are you needing to learn to communicate, whether it's just your siblings or the home in general, the home, the mother, sacred space, property. Uranus, unexpected, and Uranus is in Aries. Uranus is retrograde. It's at 19 degrees, and it's going to stay 19 degrees even if it is retrograde. It's staying there because Uranus takes 7 years to go from one sign to another. Okay, Uranus is that unexpected change, freedom, invention, social reform. Your intuition, your sixth sense is getting clearer if you listen to your gut. Okay, now it is retrograde. So that is the individual, the nonconformist. And being that it is in Aries, what did we say about Aries? That's that first out of the box. What do you see? How do you see to use other people's money? Okay, the 8th house is inheritance, taxes, past life relationships, other people's money. How do you see using other people's money? Can you use it for your ability? Remember, we have Mercury over there in the 2nd house. Unexpected money coming in. Okay, be open to that unexpected money. Neptune is the illusions, delusions. And Neptune is 8 degrees retrograde in Pisces. Now, as you see, Neptune rules Pisces. Alright? It is at home in Pisces. And you see the truth is revealed in a in a retrograde. So there's a whole bunch of energy that we are going back and we are really looking at. So the truth is revealed. All right. Watch escaping with the alcohol and drugs. Okay, that dis-ease is a spiritual malady, and when you put those alcohol and drugs in you, you also invite the spirits and others that are created through the alcohol or the chemical of the drugs. Okay, the Christ-like universal love. Loving yourself, loving others as yourself. All right, that is more to be concentrated on, because you are Venus, but Pisces is right opposite you. Okay, right down here we have Pisces in your 7th house. Okay, you're in the 1st house. Pisces is in the 7th house. Marriage, contracts, partnerships, relationships. Pisces is that imaginative, compassionate, that psychic energy. Neptune has that psychic energy. You are going to feel in your relationships what is right and what is wrong. All right? Use that energy, use that Mercury communications about money with your partnerships. It's going to be unexpected, but it will work. Now, here I had whited out 8 to 20 years because that's how long Pluto takes to go transit signs, but I had gotten mixed up. As you see, some of them, the planets have where they rule, and Pluto is after death before birth. And Pluto is that death and regeneration, transmutation of energy, the renewal of life force. Now, Capricorn, or Pluto is in Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn is the ambition, determination, the responsibility. Capricorn is the I use. Now, in the 5th house of fun, creativity, sex, children, Pluto is in there, and it's changing the way, as you say, I use. Okay? Be careful how you use that fun, creativity, and sex. That is changing a whole new in how you operate in this moment in time. So you have a bunch of fantastic opportunities that are going on for you in the month of September. Now I'm going to be grabbing my cards here. And remember, I'm going to be doing those cheat sheets and getting it all right. And yeah, you're definitely going to be seeing relationships clearer. There's going to be a lot of really good planetary that's coming up for you. And just remember, thought creates form. What do you think? Shuffle them a few more times. And let me see what we have on the bottom. Okay, that despair and cruelty, the 9 of Swords. Virgo, you have gone through a lot of challenges, okay? Challenges of being you, because you like to be organized, okay? It is hard for you to sometimes come down to being disorganized. You have a whole lot of information and you have internalized a lot of it. So put that behind you, okay? Put that beneath you. That's the energy that you have to work with, okay? So heal thyself so you can heal others. In the 1st house, of self, appearance, body, we have the Princess of Pentacles. Now, looking at these, as I said, these are general readings, and not all of you are going to relate to every word that I say. So, when you are taught to read cards, you are taught that the cards paint a picture, okay? And what is that picture telling you? So symbolically, Pentacles is money, Pentacles is energy, okay? Young, female energy. It might be a male, but it is more of a feminine male, okay? But it is younger. It is seeing yourself as younger, vital, okay? You have Jupiter that's in there. You have the sun in there. You have the moon in there. All right, invest that energy into yourself this month, Virgo. All right, now, hold on a minute. Let me move this so I can get in here better. I hope that you can still hear me good. All righty, now, in the 2nd house. All right, there we go. You have the 7 of Pentacles, the success unfulfilled, Saturn and Taurus. Excuse my French. Saturn and Taurus are in there. Okay, Saturn, the lesson. Taurus, that is ruled by Venus, and Venus being in the second house of money. Be careful in your communications regarding money. We had already talked about that. All right. Be careful in your communications regarding money. I'm going to say that again. All right. Don't be blowing all the money on yourself. All right. Don't be too showy in the fashion. All right. Because Mercury is retrograde. All right. Six of Swords in the third house of communication, short distance travel, your siblings. Swords, mental, illness, communication, travel, all depends on how it is aspected, but it is good communication, it is good travel. You are learning those lessons, aren't you? We have to forgive others for not being as perfect as we are. And when we understand that we are not perfect, then why do we hold others to perfect standards? Even if we are Virgo and we like to analyze and organize, and we could organize people if they would let us, right? But remember, we have that free will. Now, in the fourth house, you have the Chariot. And that Chariot is taking things into your own hands. And being in the fourth house, okay, the sacred space, property, mother. Now remember, we're going to have Saturn moving over here into your fourth house, the middle of the month. So what things do you have to take into your own hands regarding your home? All right, take control. Remember, we have that free will. All right, yeah, we have to remember that the cash flow could be an issue, and you know, forewarned is forearmed, as has been said. The Hermit, the 9. The 9, where we also have Pluto in the fifth house. Okay, our fifth house of fun, creativity, sex, children. The 9 in numerology is the end of a cycle. Now, we also have Pluto in here. At the bottom, we will see the glyph for Virgo. Now, what is it that you need to consider about going out and having fun? Okay, Pluto is in there, that death, transformation, transmutation of energy, renewal of life force. Are you thinking about making new creations? Is it just a thought, or is it an action? In the sixth house, you are viewing the seventh house. The seventh house wanted to come out, and you have the sun in the seventh house. So let me put that down there now, so we don't get it mixed up. And we are going to talk about the sixth house first, and then we will go back in and talk about that seventh house. The seventh house has the King of Swords. The sixth house of health, service, work, daily routine. Okay, the energy of Aquarius is in there. Okay, Aquarius, that I know. The humanitarian, original, futuristic. Do you see ways to help heal society as part of your work? Do you see that new ideas, how you can use healing to help people and also be your work? We will go back into the seventh house because the sun is shining on partnerships this month. You are seeing things clearer. this month that Neptune is retrograde, so the truth is revealed in partnerships. You are valuing important partnerships this month. Or shall I say, please value partnerships this month. Then, in the 8th house, you have the Lovers, the 6. 6 is also a work number. You see Gemini at the bottom right, the communications, communicating with your lover. Okay, it is in the 8th house, inheritance, death, taxes, rebirth. Remember, we have Uranus that is in there. All right, are you learning how to use other people's money to make it better for your own? You are enjoying using other people's money as a way to make money for your own. But remember what I said about your 2nd house and spending money wisely. You might enjoy it, but be wise in how you do it. The 6 of Pentacles, the material success. It is in your 9th house of long distance travel, higher learning, a spiritual quest, and that is where you have the sign of Taurus, the I have, strength, patience, values. So the money to travel, to learn, is going to be there in order to do that. Do you want to travel? Do you want to take on a spiritual quest? You might want to look into how much that will cost. As we said, well, you can see right here we have Taurus there, we have Taurus here. All right, here you have your moon, your emotions. Here you have Saturn, learning the lessons. All right, so when you are looking at it, you would make better return if you were to do that long distance travel, the learning, than blowing it upon yourself. Okay, remember that Mercury is right here, that Mercury retrograde. So be careful how you blow the money. All right, blowing it upon yourself, it might make you feel good, but then you'll, might have that guilt afterwards too. And is that pain of guilt worth the moment of pleasure when you blow some money? Okay, now, in the 10th house, your career house, you have the 9 of Pentacles. You have the material gain, your career, you're on top of it. You see Venus, and you also see Mercury, Virgo. Right here we have Venus, the glyph for Venus, and here you have the glyph for Mercury. All right, that 9 of Pentacles in your career. You have worked long and hard, and you will find that communications in your 10th house will bring you material gain. What are you working on? What are you working on that will bring some good fortune to you this month of September, Virgo? You have a lot of pentacles, a lot of cash, a lot of energy is going to be flowing this month. The 9 of Wands, the great strength in your 11th house of hopes and wishes, friends and associates. You have the sign of Cancer, that I feel, understanding, sensitive, emotional. All right, you feel your friends, you work well, you are a great strength for your friends, emotionally, and also teaching them. You have wisdom, so use that wisdom to share your knowledge with others. In the 12th house of karma, jails, secrets, hidden enemies, institutions. Just making sure that it's only one. You have the Ace of Cups. Now remember, we have Venus and Mars up in there. What can you do in those hidden institutions that are not exactly, oh, how do I say that with society? You know, they're hidden. Society wants to hide them, whether it is a psych ward, whether it is a jail. People do not want to look at the so-called dredges of society because they are afraid it might rub off on them. Whereas you love people and you have the energy to bring out what can help heal society. A lot of the planetary energy that is coming in, and you will hear me talk about star seeds and light workers, and our job is to educate. Okay, we are to bring light to the subject that has been hidden and risked of death to expose since the beginning. People don't want, those who are in control do not want others to have the knowledge. Therefore, those who have the knowledge have to keep it hidden or risk death. But now that we are in a new planetary where the fifth element ether is coming down, it is going to make life much easier, lighter, happier if we choose it. Okay, the energy has shifted and it is having that faith that the world is going to be a better place. Now remember what I said about your money. Don't be focusing too much on it because it's going to be flowing. Just be careful in how you spend it. Alright, Mercury retrograde, if you're doing those contracts, whatever kind of contracts, dot the I's, cross the T's, because this whole reading looks half decent. Well, it looks really good. I mean, look, you got the Ace of Cups, you have the Lovers, you have the Sun, you have the Chariot. I mean, taking things into your own hands with Lovers. Oh, here, I have something else. On the bottom row, okay, on the bottom row is the present, the middle row is the future, and the top row is the past. Now, you will notice the top row has the mutable signs, the middle row has the fixed signs, and the bottom row has the cardinal signs. So that is how you get the present, the future, and the past. So looking at the bottom, okay, of what is going on right now, and partnerships that you have, that you are in, that you are around, are quite profitable for you. In the future you have that Seven of Pentacles, that right there. And it is trying to decide, you know, thinking about, is the investment into the relationship, you know, is my guilty pleasure worth the relationship? And that is, am I spending too much on myself and not enough on the relationship? Alright, take things into your own hands right now, alright? Because you're going to be thinking about it coming up in the future. And where you're, as I said, when we talk about money, okay, Pentacles, it doesn't only mean money, it is an energy. So when you are giving out some form or fashion of, that is energy. Are you giving it for a return? Or are you taking it and giving no return? In the past, you have come far. You have gained a lot of emotional emotional and mental maturity. Okay, you have straightforward thoughts about communications regarding money, and it has brought you some pleasure. Remember that genius hinges on insanity only when we are not true to ourselves. So when you are analyzing yourself, Virgo, listen to that gut, not always to the head. If you listen to your head, it might not line up. Wow, sorry about that, Virgo. Whew, that came right at the end, alright? And usually, if my throat is tickling, I'll quick grab something and put it in my throat and moisten it up. But it came on suddenly, alright? So, Virgo, as we talked about from the beginning, watch your communication regarding money. Alright, that is going to be a big one. Alright, don't put your foot in your mouth. Don't be boastful about your money. Alright, because there might be somebody who is envious and wants to take it from you. And it's at the end, it's all of a sudden, and it has something to do with communications. So, beware, okay? Keep an eye out. Don't be boastful, alright? Don't let your ego, easing God out, take control of your life this month, alright? Live in that divine flow, and you will most definitely be provided for, and you will be blessed. Yeah, if I can be of any service to you, please make sure that you contact me. And like, share, subscribe. Let me know how you like these. And yes, it's going to be it's going to be fine-tuned next month. And then in November, it'll be the final format. So help play a part in getting it right. Or not. All right, Virgo. See you, love you, bye.